Hello, today is day 8 of my 80-day drawing challenge. So on Instagram, I asked my followers if I should draw a kid from One Piece. And because I don't have a lot of followers, 3 people said yes and no one said no. So I decided to draw him. I got this idea because I was through TikTok yesterday and I saw an edit of Kid and I thought, so he actually is pretty. When I started coloring him, I was using a lot of dull colors and they looked very vibrant at the time, but then they weren't. So it kind of just looks like I colored the shadows in with a gray color, but I didn't. It was very close to a gray color though. I don't usually draw buffish characters, buff characters, and I wasn't really using a reference. I did eventually, but just for the lighting, so I tried my best with his muscles. I basically spent day 8 just drawing Kid and then coloring his skin, and that was pretty much it. He has these blackish red lips, and in some of the references they were black, and in others they were red, so I couldn't figure out which color to go with. I chose a really dark red, but when I changed the thing to like a grayscale, it stood out too much, and so I couldn't make up my mind. I was second guessing myself. I tried adding darker shadows to try to make it stand out less, but it didn't seem to be helping a lot. And then I thought with all the darker shadows that the base of the skin looked too white, and so I tried to make that darker too. And then I accidentally changed my layers to multiply, and then I couldn't make up my mind if it looked better, if it looked worse, and I asked my brother, and he said that it looked better, it just looked more detailed. And that's where I ended day 8. Day 9, I don't really feel like I did much today. I just cleaned up the skin so that it's in the borders, and then I started on his clothes. I started on that Donquizit feathery looking coat, and because I did do such dark shadows with his skin, I tried to do darker shadows for the coat too. Once I thought the coat looked good enough, I started working on his shirt, and I was doing this without a reference, so I was just guessing where the light might hit. So I was looking at the shadows on the skin and trying to pretend that it was all the same shadow, and I tried adding shadows to his ribs too. And then I did the belt, which I realized I drew crooked, and I got frustrated with his little skirt thing, so I gave up. So that's the end of day 9. Day 10, I tried to finish the drawing, but I gave up, and so I started drawing Luffy, or more accurately, Luffy's wanted poster. His original one. I noticed that I draw faces kind of elongated, and while that might look kind of good sometimes, I'm not sure about all the time. So then I started coloring like normal. The text I kind of just scribbled on, but later I'm gonna put actual text. I didn't really do the shadows as extreme as I did for Kid, so I hope you like it. Let me know which one you prefer, if you like the more extreme shadows better or if you like the softer shadows better. In the comment section of this video or in the comment section of my Instagram or TikTok, I'll try to check it out, and whichever one you like best, I will try to do more drawings with. Because I still don't have a set way of drawing hair, because I'm still experimenting to try to see what works best, I used a grayish color for the base of Luffy's black hair to try to add some shadows that you can still see, because black on black is still black. I feel like my voice might be putting some of y'all to sleep. It's because I do all of my recordings late at night when I'm about to go to sleep. This is because I struggle really badly with procrastination. It sucks. But anyways, I added an overlay filter to the wanted poster to make everything fit together, and then I signed it and it was done. That's where I ended day 11. Day 12, I drew Luffy's first mate. Yeah, I drew his first mate, Zoro, and the way I drew him, he kind of looks like a 90s anime guy. He kind of looks like this picture of Tuxedo Mask. Don't you see the resemblance? With Zoro, I just kept it really messy, really sketchy, and I used the wanted poster that, the background for the wanted poster that I used for Luffy. For Zoro, I just took out the name and the berries, the price, the bounty. Anyways, that made this process a lot easier, a lot faster than the first one was. And I got around to coloring his hair and I decided it's time for bed. Because I got off work and I'm tired, so that's the end of day 12. So yeah, that's day 13. I drew Sailor Moon. I thought it was so funny that I had my mic on that whole time that I was recording that, and I was listening to music and you can hear my pencil tapping on it and it's sped up and it's hilarious. Haha. My washing machine was also running in the background, so that's what that annoying brr sound was. But that's pretty much what I did for day 14. No, not 14. Day 13, because I got home late from work and I was tired. So, good night. It's day 14, the last day of this week. So, I was watching the live action for the One Piece. Live action of One Piece. And, let me say, Zoro, his actor, he looked like he was going to be fun to draw. He looked pretty. He was in fact not fun to draw. I don't know. I think this week art block has really hit me. It's so sad. But I drew the scene where he was like tied up on that cross where Helmeppo had him and what's his name? Axe-Hand Morgan, where they had him tied up, and I was gonna take a picture straight off the screen while I was watching it because like Netflix doesn't allow screenshots, but instead I chose to go to Pinterest and it took me a second to find the picture I was looking for. The main reason why this one looks like it does is because I was more focused on watching the show, more focused on watching the show than I was drawing. I was kind of like looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down, like I usually do. I always say I focus more with shows or music or watching something or like watching YouTube, but then I just end up sitting there just watching it because I got distracted, or I have no idea what's going on where I'm watching because of what I'm drawing. But with that, I conclude week 2. I hope y'all like this video, and please go subscribe if you like it. I'm gonna keep trying to post more. Comment down below if you're an artist, what do you do to get out of art block, because I need help.